If you're a man over 50, I need to tell you something that no one talks about. The first thing you eat in the morning could be silently damaging your testosterone, weakening your erections and worsening your prostate health without you even realizing it, and I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I've seen it happen to thousands of men. Maybe you're feeling it already. The drop in energy, the weaker drive, the slower recovery. After a long day or the quiet frustration in the bedroom, you might even be waking up more often at night, just to pee that's not just aging, that could be BPH or benign prostatic hyperplasia, also known as an enlarged prostate. Most men blame it on time they assume this decline is inevitable. But the truth is, it's not. Your body still wants to perform it, still wants to create testosterone, maintain healthy libido, and send strong blood flow exactly where it needs to go, but it can't do that if you start every day with the wrong foods or with no food at all. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the number one morning habit that can change everything: what to eat after 50 to support intimate performance, improve blood circulation, and strengthen the very muscles and systems that control your performance, confidence, and prostate function. We're not talking about pills, not injections, and definitely not medications. Just food, real food, that speaks directly to your biology as a man. And if you stick with me until the end, I'll show you how to combine all of this into a routine that supports your testosterone levels, naturally helps reduce frequent urination, and even helps you sleep better at night by calming your lower body system. Let's start with something simple, but incredibly powerful. Most men I speak with skip breakfast or grab something fast: toast, coffee, maybe a sugary bar or processed cereal, but after 50 that habit becomes dangerous. You've just spent 8 hours without food. Your blood sugar is unstable, your hormones are flatlined, and your pelvic muscles, the ones that help maintain erections and bladder control, are starving for fuel. The first food I want you to consider may already be in your fridge. It's not a superfood you've never heard of. It's not exotic, and no, it's not expensive. It's plain yogurt. Not the flavored kind, not the sugary kind, just plain yogurt, unsweetened, full fat if possible. You see, plain yogurt is packed with probiotics, calcium, and high-quality protein. These three nutrients support your body in ways you might not expect. The probiotics help reduce internal inflammation. Why does that matter? Because chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of male performance. It constricts blood vessels, damages tissue, and limits oxygen flow to the lower body. Erectile dysfunction doesn't start in the bedroom, it starts in your circulation, and inflammation is the enemy now, the calcium and protein. They go straight to your pelvic floor muscles, the group of muscles that support the base of your spine, your bladder, and yes, the muscles that contribute directly to erection strength and urinary control. When those muscles weaken, everything weakens: your ability to hold urine, your ability to wake up with a morning erection, your ability to feel steady on your feet. That's where men's health begins to slip, not from age, but from neglect. Yogurt fuels those muscles, and when you eat it in the morning, when your body is most ready to absorb nutrients, the effects are stronger. I had a client, Daniel, 58 years old. He came to me feeling tired, frustrated, and said, "I feel like I've just faded. I'm not broken, but I'm not myself anymore." He wasn't on medication, he wasn't sick, but he was skipping breakfast, drinking 2 coffees, and grabbing a donut at work. We switched just one thing: plain yogurt, every morning, with a handful of walnuts and a teaspoon of raw honey. That's it. 2 weeks later, he told me he was sleeping better. A month later, he said he started waking up with stronger erections again. For the first time in over a year, it wasn't magic. It was men's health restored at the foundation level, but yogurt alone isn't enough. The second food I recommend is quinoa. Yes, the little grain most people ignore, but for men over 50. Quinoa is like medicine. It's full of magnesium fiber and complex carbohydrates that help stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and fuel your lower body muscles. What most men don't know is this: if your blood sugar spikes in the morning from toast, cereal, or sugary coffee, it crashes an hour later and your testosterone goes down. With it, that roller coaster wrecks your libido, your mood, your energy, and your intimate performance. But quinoa keeps everything steady. Combine it with a tablespoon of chopped almonds, and now you've got healthy fats, vitamin E, and antioxidants that support your blood vessels and help reduce the effects of benign prostatic hyperplasia. When I first explain this to men, they usually laugh. All this from a bowl of quinoa? Yes, all this from giving your body what it needs when it needs it. Your testosterone doesn't just disappear with age. It disappears when your body doesn't have the raw materials to make it anymore. And guess what supports? Natural testosterone production, magnesium, healthy fats, antioxidants, and stable energy, all of which you can get before 9 a.m. if you eat right now. Let's talk about something most men overlook completely, even the ones who try to eat healthy: circulation. If blood isn't moving properly through your lower body, you can forget about strong erections, solid bladder control, or even consistent testosterone levels. Your heart might be working fine, but that doesn't mean your intimate performance is. And there's one fruit that works almost like a natural form of erectile dysfunction treatment without the side effects, without the pills, and without needing a prescription. That fruit is pomegranate. It's been used for centuries, but most men today have no idea how powerful it really is. Pomegranate is loaded with polyphenols, a type of antioxidant that helps boost nitric oxide production. The very compound your blood vessels need to relax, expand, and allow full, unrestricted blood flow to the groin. Yes, erectile dysfunction is often caused by restricted blood flow, and nitric oxide is nature's solution. That's actually the same pathway used by medications, but instead of relying on a drug to open those blood vessels, pomegranate gives your body the raw materials to do it naturally from the inside out. And here's the trick. Most men miss you need to eat it in the morning when your system is most sensitive and receptive. A handful of fresh pomegranate seeds, or a small glass of 100% pure juice. No added sugars, no junk is all it takes. I remember one man, Victor, age 62, who told me he hadn't felt much sensation in his lower body for months. His doctors said it was just aging, but I knew it was more than that. He had signs of low libido, poor blood flow, and frequent urination at night. Classic signs of an enlarged prostate and circulatory weakness. So we made a few adjustments, one of them a serving of pomegranate before breakfast. Within a week, he noticed warmth and sensation returning within a month. His confidence had shifted completely. He told me, I didn't expect a piece of fruit to wake things up again, but here we are and again. This isn't magic, it's just senior health done right now. Let's move on to something you might already be eating, but probably not the right way. Something creamy, delicious, and deeply powerful when paired with the right companion. I'm talking about avocado with olive oil. This simple duo has helped more men over 50 than any supplement I've ever seen, and it works fast. Not because it's trendy, but because it speaks to the two systems. We're trying to support the cardiovascular and the endocrine. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, which help maintain flexible arteries. That flexibility is essential for men with erectile dysfunction or who struggle with libido or low testosterone. If blood can't flow freely, nothing else works, but avocado does more than support blood flow. It also contains potassium, which regulates blood pressure, and vitamin B6, which plays a role in hormone production, including testosterone. And when you combine avocado with a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, you introduce powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that help reduce pressure on the prostate, calm the nervous system, and support long-term, intimate performance. One man I worked with, Thomas, age 67, had been on medication for BPH treatment. For over a year, he was frustrated. He was tired of side effects, tired of waking up every night, tired of feeling like his body wasn't his anymore. I suggested a change in his breakfast, half an avocado mashed with olive oil and a sprinkle of sea salt eaten first thing in the morning. In 2 weeks, his sleep improved. In a month, he was waking up just once, a night instead of 4 or 5. And in 2 months, he told me he was feeling desire again, a sense of libido that he thought had disappeared. He said, "It's like my body's remembering how to work again." That's not luck, that's natural testosterone, booster in action from real food. And look, I know some of this might sound too simple, but that's because we've been trained to believe that problems like erectile dysfunction, low libido, or frequent urination only have one solution: medication. But the truth is the food you eat after 50 matters more than ever before. Your testosterone levels are more sensitive, your prostate is more vulnerable, and your blood flow can either support your masculinity or slowly take it away. That's why we have to make every morning count. And before we wrap up this part, I want to introduce one more food, one that rarely gets mentioned in men's health conversations, but is a true powerhouse for circulation and pelvic muscle strength. It's blackberries. These dark berries are rich in anthocyanins compounds that help strengthen blood vessels and improve arterial elasticity. They also contain vitamin C fiber and natural antioxidants that support muscle repair and reduce inflammation. Blackberries are especially powerful for men experiencing frequent urination or diminished sensitivity. Why? Because they support the nervous system, which controls timing, pressure, and response in intimate moments. They're also easy to use. Throw a handful into your yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or eat them on their own. No gimmicks, just fuel for your masculinity. I had one man, Robert, in his early 70s, who added blackberries to his routine after struggling with both energy and bladder urgency. After 2 weeks, his trips to the bathroom were cut in half. After a month, he said, "I feel sharper, more grounded, more in control." And that's what this is about: control, confidence. Feeling like a man again, not because of a pill, but because your body is working with you, not against you, now that you know which foods can change everything. Let's talk about when and how to use them, because timing matters more than most men realize. The hour after you wake up is your most vulnerable moment. Your body is dry, your blood is thicker, your hormones are resetting. If you skip breakfast or load up on sugar and caffeine, you're not just starting your day wrong, you're damaging your testosterone, restricting blood flow and putting pressure on your prostate when it's least able to handle it. But when you feed your system the right way, especially with nutrient-dense foods like yogurt, quinoa, pomegranate, avocado, and blackberries, your entire internal engine starts to shift. The best part, you don't need to eat all of them at once. In fact, I suggest starting simple. Choose 2 of these foods and make them your go-to breakfast for 1 full week. You might start with yogurt and almonds on day 1, then swapping quinoa with pomegranate the next day, then avocado with olive oil and a side of blackberries. Each combination gives your body a different type of support. Some target testosterone, others help reduce inflammation in the prostate. Others improve pelvic muscle control and blood flow, and here's what you'll likely notice. After a few days, your energy in the morning feels different, not artificial, not wired, just steady. After a week, you may notice you're not rushing to the bathroom as often. That's the first sign your frequent urination is calming down. A major win if you're struggling with nocturia or an enlarged prostate. And yes, many men report that their libido comes back. Their erections become stronger, more responsive. Their confidence improves not because of a pill, but because their body is functioning as it should. That's what real erectile dysfunction treatment looks like when it comes from the inside out. Let me be clear, this isn't about perfection. You don't need to eat like a monk or train like a bodybuilder. You just need to stop giving your body foods that weaken it and start giving it foods that restore it. The male body over 50 is powerful, but it's also more sensitive. Your testosterone production slows down. Yes, but not because you're broken. It slows down because your testes, your liver, your blood vessels, and your nervous system need more help than they did before they need zinc, magnesium, omega-3, fats, antioxidants, fiber, and they need them early in the day if you've been struggling with low libido, if you've felt your energy drop, your desire disappear, your sense of manhood slowly fade. I want you to hear this clearly. You are not alone. Millions of men are going through the same thing, and most are told the same lie that's just aging. But the truth is aging doesn't cause weakness. Neglect does, poor habits, skipped meals, inflammation, processed food, stress. That's what chips away at your vitality. And here's something that's rarely talked about, but vitally important: your prostate health is deeply connected to your hormonal balance. When the prostate becomes inflamed or enlarged, what we call benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It creates pressure on the bladder. That leads to frequent urination, interrupted sleep discomfort during intimacy, and a general feeling of loss of control. And the medications prescribed for BPH treatment, they often come with side effects that include lower testosterone fatigue, and in many cases, even more erectile dysfunction. It's a vicious cycle, but food breaks that cycle. When you reduce internal inflammation and give your body the nutrients it needs to regulate hormones naturally, your prostate starts to settle you, pee less at night, you sleep more deeply, and your body has the resources it needs to create its own natural testosterone booster effect. This is why men's health after 50 requires a completely different approach. What worked at 30 no longer works now, and that's not a bad thing. It's just reality. You need more quality, fats, more antioxidants, less sugar, more consistency, and you need to stop skipping breakfast, especially if you're dealing with frequent urination at night or general loss of performance. When your body starts the day with proper fuel, your hormone system stabilizes you, produce more testosterone, more dopamine, more serotonin, all of which affect your mood, your drive, and your ability to stay connected, present, and confident. I've seen this transformation happen in men of all ages, 50, 60, even well into their 70s. I had one client, Richard, 74, who had been on 3 different medications for BPH, erectile dysfunction, and low libido. He said he felt chemically sedated. He couldn't feel anything emotionally or physically. He'd accepted it as the price of aging. But after just 2 weeks of changing his breakfast, reducing sugar, and adding real foods that support male hormones, he started to notice himself coming back. He said, "I feel like I'm inside my body again." That's what this is about. It's not just about intimacy. It's about connection to your body, to your vitality, to your masculinity. We're not trying to be 25 again. We're trying to be powerful men in our 50s, 60s and beyond, with strength, confidence, and health that supports the life we want to live. And yes, that starts with breakfast. Not just what's on your plate, but what it represents. A decision to feed your body instead of fighting it. A commitment to stop giving up, a choice to do something real. If you've made it this far, you already understand something most men never do. You realize that your body is not broken, it's just been waiting for the right support. Not a pill, not a shortcut, but real food at the right time with a purpose. The truth is everything we've talked about, from erectile dysfunction to low testosterone, from enlarged prostate to frequent urination at night, it all connects, And the key isn't found in some magic cure, it's found in what you do each morning, because what you eat after waking up is not just breakfast, it's information. It tells your body how to produce hormones. It tells your blood vessels how to behave. It tells your prostate whether to swell with inflammation or calm itself down. So let's recap what we've covered. You learned that plain yogurt is one of the most underrated tools for restoring pelvic muscle, strength, and blood flow. It's a powerhouse of probiotics, calcium, and protein, and it directly supports your ability to achieve and maintain strong erections. You discovered that quinoa with almonds isn't just healthy, it's a circulation-enhancing combo that helps reduce inflammation, stabilize hormones, and give your body the exact fuel it needs to create testosterone. Naturally, you found out how pomegranate mimics the effects of medications by stimulating nitric oxide and relaxing blood vessels, but without side effects. You saw how avocado with olive oil becomes a daily stabilizer, rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that reduce inflammation, support your nervous system, and promote healthier libido, performance, and confidence. And finally, you learned that blackberries contain rare compounds that directly support arterial elasticity, nervous system sensitivity, and even improve timing, control, and intimate performance for men struggling with low libido. 5 simple foods, 5 small changes. One powerful shift in how you feel physically, emotionally, and intimately. But I want to be clear, this isn't about just fixing your erectile dysfunction. It's about reclaiming your power as a man. It's about looking in the mirror and not seeing someone who's fading, but someone who's fighting, someone who's taking action, someone who's not waiting for permission to feel better, move better, or perform better because you don't need permission. What you need is a system. A morning ritual that supports testosterone, reduces prostate pressure, restores blood flow, and helps you feel like yourself again. Strong, centered, clear, and capable. And I promise you, you can feel that way again. Even if it's been months, even if it's been years, even if your doctor told you this is just what happens when you get older, you can wake up with more energy. You can stop making 5 trips to the bathroom. Every night you can reduce your dependence on medications that make you feel numb. You can build real momentum in your senior health, starting today. You don't need to change everything at once, just commit to tomorrow morning. Pick one of the 5 foods we talked about, eat it with intention. Make it your ritual. If you normally skip breakfast, this is your moment to stop. If you usually eat sugar bread or caffeine on an empty stomach, now's your time to take control. You're not doing this for someone else. You're doing it for yourself, for your body, for your strength, for your intimate performance, your confidence, your independence, and listen. This isn't about chasing your younger self. It's about becoming the strongest version of who you are, now a man who takes care of himself, a man who understands how his biology works. A man who doesn't let benign prostatic hyperplasia, low libido, or frequent urination define his life. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your prescription list. You are not your age. You are the choices you make, and tomorrow morning is your next chance to make a new one. So here's your challenge. Choose one of the foods from this video. Eat it first thing in the morning for the next 7 days. Write down how you feel, track your sleep, your energy, your bathroom trips. And yes, your performance. Give your body the raw materials. It's been begging for then, come back and tell me what happened, because I've seen this work for men in their 50s, 60s, even 80s. I've seen men go from hopeless to powerful, from medicated and numb to alive and confident, from silent shame to proud masculinity. You deserve that too. You deserve to feel connected to your body again. You deserve to feel desire, energy, and strength every single day, and it all starts with breakfast. If this message resonated with you, let us know in the comments by typing "Yes, not for me, for you" as a statement of commitment. And if you want more real health advice made specifically for men over 50, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Here at Senior Vitality, we're not afraid to talk about the real stuff, because your health, your hormones, and your happiness matter. This is your time, your next chapter, your next decision, and it starts tomorrow morning with what's on your plate.